Hey Frugivore, I'm Freelee. Welcome back to Frugivore Diet channel. So today's video is a long-awaited video, and that is a reaction to Swayze from the channel Unnatural Vegan to her What I Eat in a Day video, or at least one of her What I Eat in a Day videos. More will come. And it's a shocker. It's just, Anyway, we will get into that very, very soon. If you want to see more of these videos, you can thumb it up or thumb it down if you don't like them. Just do something if you want to see more of them. And I'm not going to get into the whole addressing the whole backstory with Swayze over the years, her wanting me to promote her raw food back in the raw food book back in the day. We'll probably get into that maybe another video. Yeah, I do have a raw food book, and it's a great book. It really, really is. But anyway, yeah, today is going to be looking at her food. And I do have another video that I made before this one, which I haven't edited yet. So I talk, a little bit more, and it's like a widescreen. It's like the horizontal aspect ratio. So that one's coming too. I'm going to edit that as soon as possible. And yeah. So here we are. And maybe this will be the start of something beautiful, of helping Swayze get on track with her diet, because she obviously needs help. All right. Let's get into it. Okay, Frugivore, here we are on Unnatural Vegan's YouTube channel, and I'm surprised that she only has 251,000 subscribers, because she's been on YouTube as long as me, I think. She's been on YouTube as long as me. So yeah, that's a bit of a shock. But anyway, this video, I'm back, baby. What I ate today on a vegan diet. This one's had 47,000 views. And the way I found this video was going to the search page, putting in Unnatural Vegan, What I Eat in a Day, and this one came up first. So no cherry picking. This video was done on the 5th of August, 2020. Okay, let's go.
Good morning. I am having coffee. What? I don't know.
Okay. So I'm not surprised that Swayze Unnatural Vegan is starting her day with coffee and not actual food. So she's starting the day with a psychoactive stimulant, with a drug. And that's very unfortunate, and it shows that her diet is deficient, namely in sweet fruit.
Well, I do know what happened. I literally had a dream, not last night, but the night before, that I had a cup of coffee, and it was really delicious.
Okay, so I just wanted to make a note there that she had a pop-up video suggestion saying coffee substitute. So she was obviously, I believe, trying to get off the coffee, or she's been off the coffee, now she's back on it. I'm not sure how we got to this point because I don't watch her videos, but it seems like she's been trying to get off the drugs, and that is great. So.
Delicious. And so I woke up laughing about it, and I told partner, and he was like, you might be able to have coffee now. Like, you're really suggestible when it comes to like food and stuff. Like, we've had times where I thought,
well, it's not a food. That's an important point to make there. It's not actually a food. It is a drug. And I don't think we should be basing our diet or what we ingest on something that is suggested to us, maybe in a dream. I'm not sure exactly what she's saying there.
Something was good. And he's like, oh, it tastes like this. And I'm like, oh my God, it does. I can't eat it anymore. It's disgusting. So he was like, you might be able to. Sure enough, made a cup of coffee yesterday morning, and it was good. I drank the whole thing.
Of course, because look, it's addictive. That's literally what it's all about. It's like roasted, burnt coffee beans. It is an addictive substance. Like, it is the most widely consumed drug on the planet. And I know I'm in the minority here speaking against it. And I know a lot of people are for it because they're on it. Even studies, the people making the studies on the coffee, people are biased. It's like crazy. So you need to keep that in mind. But it's not actual food, and it's not nourishing you. It's depleting you.
Oh, I might be back on coffee now. I've got some coffee here. I haven't added my soy milk or anything to it yet. So I haven't tasted it yet. So I don't know. Maybe it's gross again. We'll see. But pretty excited. Kind of miss coffee. Although it's hot as balls now.
She's pretty excited. She's kind of missed coffee. So if you're missing having a drug in your diet, then you have a deficient diet, because it's not actual food. So we need to keep reminding ourselves, this is not food. This is not food. It is a substance, psychoactive stimulant, drug. Like, you see what I'm saying here? So it's just pulling her back in because she is not meeting her basic physiological needs. She's not meeting them. She's not having enough sweet fruit. I can guarantee that. I haven't even watched this, but
coffee. Although it's hot as balls now, so it's like the worst time to have hot coffee every morning. Whatever. Still going to use those caffeine mints, those
caffeine mints. Okay, Vita Energy cinnamon flavored dietary supplement.
Mints, because they're pretty great. So still,
she's going to have these because they're pretty great. She's going to ingest these. She's going to put these in her body because they're pretty great. Oh, this blows my mind, really, because Swayze is so critical of people's diets, of mine in particular, right? Of my super healthy, fruit-based, natural diet. You know what I mean? And then she is ingesting this, like, look at it. Look at the ingredients. It's full of chemicals. You're just going to be a walking chemical experiment. Caffeine, 40 milligrams. So it has 40 milligrams of caffeine, which is like about half a standard cup of coffee in just one single caffeine mint. And it's got sucralose, of course. It's got the artificial sweetener in there, which we do not want to be having, right? It's just, yes, it tricks the brain temporarily into thinking some sugar came in, some sweet came in. And then when the chemical gets to the small intestine, it's just, hey, the brain is like, this is not sugar. There's no sugar to absorb here. There is no sugar to absorb into the bloodstream. It's just a chemical. And then the brain is like, okay, we need sugar. We need actual sugar. So you just go and, a lot of people go and binge because they're not actually meeting their glucose, fructose needs for the day. So they just end up binging out, because they're replacing their energy needs with a drug instead. So yeah, this is a shocker. This is a real shocker. It says here, do not take if you are pregnant, nursing, under 18. Under 18, you can't even take it. This is full on.
I have those in the afternoon or wherever I feel like I'm just dying.
Swayze, sister, we need to get you off the drugs. We need to get you onto real food again because you've obviously strayed so far from real health and real food. So we need to help you get back on board. And I recommend this book. I recommend you read your book. I know she's denounced the book and all of that, but we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, I definitely do recommend your own book. But even just transitioning to fruit-based again, raw till 4, baby. I know you said you don't want to do it, but look, it's not fun to be addicted to drugs, is it? It's not fun. So raw till 4 is definitely a great way to have actual real energy that comes from the food, the fuel, rather than a stimulant just that whacks you in the back, basically, to get you going. Or to do the lifestyle properly, go fruit yourself. Fantastic. The Frugivore diet is basically outlined in his book. So I recommend my books for sure. It's going to help you get on track, and also your own book. So a link to my books is in the description below. You can get the ebook straight away, or these are the physical books on Amazon. Swayze, it's time.
I'm just dying. I'm probably going to need a nap today, though.
Wow. So I'm going to take these when I feel like I'm dying. Oh, I'm probably going to need a nap today. So you can see her energy is really low. Her energy levels are really, really low. And I mean, that's sad to me. It's sad that she needs to prop herself up on drugs instead of having actual nutrition, instead of eating a healthy diet.
Baby woke up early and I'm dying a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, that's even more reason, right, to eat as healthy as possible, isn't it? That when you have a baby, and I know plenty of mums with babies who are fruit-based, not on the caffeine, so you can't say, oh, she's just having it because she's got a baby. No, can't use that excuse. So she obviously has to have a lot of energy, and she's getting it from drugs instead of real food.
So it's nighttime. I'm hiding in toddlers.
Okay, so she's got some makeup on there, all right? And I do like the fact that she shows her face without any makeup. I think that is great. She's got a bit on now, but before she didn't, so that is great.
I did have my coffee in the morning, and that was fine. I had another coffee later.
What?
Also fine. Amazing. After coffee,
So she had, okay, we've got some food here, but she had another coffee. So she had one coffee and then had another coffee. That's a lot of caffeine, right? That's a lot of caffeine. And the caffeine mints, I'm not sure if she had those, but wow, she's really loading up on the coffee. This is going to be causing her some issues within her body for sure, and within her brain. I mean, it just does. It's all very well to show studies like, oh, there's no problem with coffee. There's no problem with caffeine. It's absolutely fine. But it's like, you know within yourself how it feels.
2 reasons that you should give up coffee. And this is for anyone, whether you eat a raw food diet or a vegan diet or a standard American burgers and fries diet, any diet, you should get rid of coffee. So the first reason is that coffee contains caffeine. What most people don't know is that caffeine is actually an energy sapper. So we usually think of caffeine as giving us energy, but in actuality, caffeine does the opposite, because caffeine is a stimulant. And when you ingest caffeine, you're actually raising your heart rate, raising your blood pressure. It increases the amount of stress hormones that are released in your body. And so the feelings of energy that you experience are really just your body's way of trying to deal with the increased heart rate and stress hormones and all of that. So you feel like you have energy.
You know the effects that caffeine coffee does to you. You don't need some study. You don't need some study to lull you into this false sense of security. You know it's not good for you. Like, how is having coffee better than having a meal of sweet fruit? It's not. Okay, so here we go. We got some food here.
See, I had some oatmeal. I've been having oatmeal recently, almost every day. I don't know why. It's just been really tasty and
well, I mean, that looks great. That's a very small serve though, right? A very small serve, and maybe half a banana or a banana there and blueberries. I mean, it's good to see some fruit, hey? Like, good, Swayze. It's good to see some fruit. But I know this, obviously this is not enough fruit, but still good to see.
Others been sharing with me, which is amazing because that's been pretty great. Just do oatmeal and soy milk. Put a little bit of peanut butter powder, not peanut butter powder, peanut powder in there for a little bit of protein. It doesn't really add any flavor because I don't put that much
protein. Like, you really don't. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about adding peanut for protein. I mean, like, I've put my blood tests up after 14 years being fruit-based, and as far as Swayze is concerned, getting hardly any protein. And look at me. I'm as healthy as can be. My blood tests reflect that. My fitness reflects that. I could basically challenge Swayze to any fitness test, and my protein deficient body would come out on top. So what does that tell you? It's just ridiculous. Stop.
FitOnRaw.com. So Swayze, tell everybody what we just did and what we fueled ourselves on while we were doing it.
All right, we went to Giant Mountain and we hiked up, 3 miles, 3,000 something feet.
Vertical feet.
Vertical. Lots of rocks and hard things to climb over. And so it was pretty intense. And we fueled ourselves on dates.
Mostly
dates, some bananas, and so fruit, basically.
strawberries or blueberries on top. I don't really like them. I would rather them.
Okay, oatmeal, and she has some fruit, and she has some nuts, and she has some flax and stuff like that. So I don't have a huge problem with this breakfast. Okay, only the fact that it's so small. It's a very small breakfast, and she actually shared it. So she didn't even have like that entire breakfast. So she has to realize here, if she doesn't get enough carbohydrates in her diet, in her day, especially for breakfast, you got to get it in, or you're going to want drugs, right?
So hard. Literally holding my arm with my other arm. Like, how does anyone do this? Probably not.
So she seems to be very low in strength as well, where she can't hold the camera up.
And I have to tell you that I was very impressed because I ran up the mountain 2 days ago and I found it to be exceptionally challenging. So while we're hiking up the mountain, Swayze and I were kind of in the lead group going up, and we come to an open granite face at maybe a 35 to 40 degree slope, and she runs it really easily. So she actually is fit on raw. It's not just a website or a word. She's actually quite fit.
The oatmeal, I had a nougat bar, of course.
A nougat bar. Okay, so I've never heard of this because I'm out here, eating real food, but real dark chocolate, real delicious chocolate pretzel. See, this looks 12 grams of protein. This is a completely processed, over-proteined junk food protein bar, it seems like. Wowee. But don't eat too much fruit. Don't eat a meal of bananas. Oh no.
It's the pretzel, salty, dark chocolate pretzel.
Wow. Okay, that's just pure junk food, all right?
So whatever it's called. Yummy. I have no idea. I just kind of ate.
I just find it it just blows me away that she can critique anyone else's diet when she eats like this. Is she for real? I just don't know. It's just amazing to me.
Ate randomly whenever I had a chance to grab something. I think I've mentioned these, the Whole Foods.
Wow, okay, so more highly processed, crispy. What are these? Gluten-free, vegan, cheddar flavor, almond and sunflower seed flour crackers. Okay, so what can I say about this? You know, by this point, she needs some sweet fruit, right? She hasn't had like hardly anything, just half a banana or something, a couple of like a little bit of blueberries. It's hardly anything. It's hardly any fructose. So she's going to be fructose deficient for sure eating this way. They do fortify some foods with fructose, you know, because they know the human frugivore loves the sweet stuff, right? So they put it in a lot of these foods, but I'm not sure if this has it in it. She might be avoiding it too. But yeah, that's highly processed and very dry.
The 365 vegan cheddar processed or prepackaged stuff. There's like no salt, you know, it's way too bland, but these are really good. Kids like them, especially Tiny Baby. Tiny Baby loves them. So
what? Tiny Baby loves those crackers. So she's feeding her baby these highly processed crackers, but don't feed them too much fruit. It just, it's almost like, you know, it's just ridiculous.
I had like a couple of those, and like I said, I had another coffee. I had some of the caffeine mints at some point.
Whoa, she had some. So she had more than one of these caffeine mints. And remember, they have 40 milligrams of caffeine in each one. Wow. So, okay, so that's a lot of caffeine. Like, she's literally propped up on drugs.
Because I was dying. I tried to nap. We let toddlers skip a nap.
You shouldn't feel like you're dying throughout your day, right? You know, like, because she has children, it's extra important for her to look after herself as good as possible, right? And she's clearly not. Look what she's eating. It's just junk food. I mean, like, she had the oatmeal and a little bit of fruit. That's great. But then she's on the drugs, and then she had the junk food protein bar.
Today, because all the stuff was going on in the kitchen. And then I was like dying. So I was going to take a nap just on their bed while they're playing in their room. Tiny Baby was sleeping. They were like, let's take a nap together. And I was like, okay, like, we don't, you know.
All right, so I don't think I need to listen to all the tiny details, the Tiny Baby details. I just want to get to the food. So
I was like, all right. We lay down in their bed. They're complaining.
Okay.
So I took a couple of the caffeine energy mints,
Okay.
and I think they made me nauseous. I've been talking about that with the, you know, caffeine. If I have it on an empty stomach now, it seems like it makes me nauseous. Coffee.
It's just drugs, sister. You know, like, it's not meant to go into your stomach. It's not meant to go into your gut. It's not food. It's a stimulant. It's a drug. It's an irritant. And that's why you're experiencing problems. I'm very surprised because she seemed to get it. You know, when she was raw, she seemed to get the fact that caffeine was so bad for her and that she needed to eat more fruit. But she seems to have just reverted completely back. She's lowered her standards just all the way down, and now she justifies it and critiques other people's diets who have far healthier diets than her. So it's a very strange situation.
And the mints as well. When I had coffee this morning, I had the oatmeal like right after it. And the same with the second cup. I had it with something. I don't know. I don't remember what I ate today. Oh, peanut butter sandwich.
Okay, wow. Yeah, all right. So, you know, look, it's plant-based, of course, because she says she's vegan. So she eats plants. I believe someone says she eats honey as well and dairy. I mean, I haven't got into all that. So anyway, maybe another video. But or you can tell me in the comments, I'm not sure. So peanut butter sandwich. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like wartime food to me, right? Very dry, very processed. Where's the fresh? Where's the vitamin C? And it's not the same just taking an isolated vitamin C supplement, okay? So you need to get it from your fresh fruit. That is because it's a package. It's a whole food package, and there's probably a million things that science has not discovered that are within that package that assist in the assimilation of certain nutrients. So we need to keep that in mind. You know, science doesn't know everything, that is for sure. So yeah, it looks incredibly dry.
A crunchy peanut butter sandwich, which I used to eat all the time, and then just creamy because it's easier because of the kids, you know, but I decided.
She would have gut issues for sure eating this way. And like, she has to think about her microbiome and the caffeine. It's not ideal. And the fake sugar, the chemicals. So let's go on to more.
Get a jar of crunchy. So good. But yeah, had the mints and then just felt so bad. And I had to wait because partner was going to get food.
Wow. So this is quite sad. This is one of the worst I would say the worst like plant-based diets I've seen so far in the way that someone is feeling. And I'm not just saying that because it's Unnatural Vegan and she's been like kind of going after me for years. I'm saying it just for a fact. I'm just shocked. And she feels terrible. And how does she not see that her diet is clearly deficient? She's not eating enough calories in general, it seems. She's eating, when she does eat, it's junk food or it's a chemical, psychoactive stimulant drug. So where's the real nutrition here? Where's the fresh? Where's the vitamin C? Where's the real living food, high water content?
From Next Level Burger, which is a chain. They have a few locations, I think. One of them here in Portland. We eat there a lot. And yeah, toddler just asked like early in the day, like,
so she says she eats there a lot. So eating out a lot, she always says, oh, raw is too expensive and stuff like that. But if you're eating out a lot, she did just say that, right? That adds up. That adds up to more than raw if you're eating out a lot. So just keep that in mind. Raw is too expensive, even though it's super healthy and nutritious and it's going to keep you off the drugs. You won't find any fruit-based people eating enough fruit who are having caffeine. You will not find them or having stimulants like this. It's just not a thing. So yeah, she's saying about it like costing so much, but then she eats out all the time.
And fries. Let's do that. So we're like, okay, well, we'll do that for dinner. So partner went to pick it up. So I'm like outside with the kids, just like, hurry up. Like, I know if I get some food, I'll be okay. I should have just grabbed something from the kitchen, but whatever. Yeah, pretty much as soon as
her diet is painful. Like you can have she is living proof that you can have a terrible plant-based diet and it can affect you and you'll feel terrible.
I started eating, I felt better. But yeah, got a burger. I always get the chicken patty sandwich.
Oh gosh, very fried, very beige. We have a little bit of a green leaf sticking out there and maybe some gherkins, like pickles or whatever. Wow, super fried
thingy. Very good. I love whatever the sauce is that they put on there. Super tasty.
Don't eat too much fruit though.
It's kind of mayonnaise type thing. Really good. The bread's really good too. I get the
so it seems like the child is just the child is being fed a terrible diet here. And yes, it's better that it's plant-based, but still just so fried and dry and processed. Very disappointing, and I'm sure that burger's just loaded with soy protein probably.
Bread, I sub it with wheat bread, and I add red onion. I think that's all I do. Tater tots, because they don't come with fries or anything, which is such garbage. How do you sell a burger or sandwich or something that doesn't come with a side?
Deep fried. So she's really just going into the deep fried there. Just full on. That's okay.
I see that all the time here, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, that is not... I don't know where I come from. If you order a sandwich type thing and you don't...
Okay, anyway, so we don't need to hear all these extra details that she seems to want to give a lot. She's an interesting character, isn't she? She's a fascinating character, this one. Maybe she'll talk more about food.
Usually I get like the cookies and cream one or sometimes the strawberry, one of those, but I just want a vanilla, no whipped cream.
All right, so it sounds like she's talking about dessert here, that she got dessert, cookies and cream, something sweet, right? Because she's not getting enough sweet fruit in her day. She used to when she was raw. I mean, she ended up under eating, but she did actually thank me in a video for helping her eat enough on raw. We'll probably address that at some point. But now she's just forgotten everything. She's forgotten everything, and her diet is deficient in sweet fruits, clearly. So she's going for the sweet after dinner. She's just... Yeah, I mean, I know you frugivores who have been with me for a while, you can see this, right? You can see what's happening here. It's very obvious because she is a frugivore and she's not meeting her basic physiological needs. She's not getting enough fructose, not getting enough glucose in general. She's just getting a lot of processed, fatty, high protein, liver, kidney straining foods.
Or anything. So shared that with toddler, a little bit with tiny baby, who was really upset.
The tiny baby seems to be just eating the same junk food diet as her, which is quite upsetting and irresponsible.
Because they were, having a hard time trying to get it out of the straw, trying to feed it with now. Pretty tasty. I mean, they taste like these Ben & Jerry's cookie dough bite thingies. They have a vegan.
Okay, then she had vegan chocolate chip cookie dough. But you can't have fruit. But a high fruit diet is bad. Okay. Okay.
version, I guess now. Yeah, pretty tasty. I mean, they taste like the cookie dough part in the cookie dough ice cream, but it's like, man, I wish this had ice cream too. Like, I wish I just had the ice cream. But yeah, it's a nice little treat that I can give to the kids. Just give them a couple and like, there you go.
Why don't you give them fruit? They're little frugivores. They need some fruit. Why don't you give them some fruit instead of this processed junk food? I don't know. What's going on here?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm honestly like very full. I didn't even finish my sandwich. I like never do. Anytime I have a burger or anything, I very rarely finish the whole thing.
Okay, so this is clear that she's not getting enough calories in general to meet her needs. She's not getting enough calories. She's not getting enough carbohydrates, not fructose, sweet fruit. She's just not meeting her needs. So you can see why the inclusion of drugs comes in here. It's very clear, right? She has a deficient diet. So then she needs these psychoactive stimulants. That's just, you know, it's very, very easy to conclude here. It's very easy to work out.
It's hard, but I also eat like so many fries or whatever with it because that's the best part to me anyway.
Yeah, but it's just carcinogenic junk food.
Exercise was just 2 walks and a little bit of some core stability stuff because my back it's just extremely bad. I can't do like anything without pain anymore.
Okay, so she basically can't do anything without having pain. All right, so she could have injured herself. Yes, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I wouldn't be having coffee because that's definitely considered as like a pro-inflammatory agent, you know, basically substance. So I wouldn't be putting that in my body. It's not going to be good for your joints. It's not going to be good for your body in general. Basically, you know, just contribute to inflammation in the body. It's not going to help reduce it. So that's something I would be eliminating straight up, definitely for that reason. But anyway, I think this is it, right? I don't think there's any... Wow, she talks a lot for what I eat in a day. Okay, so what can I say? All right, she clearly has a deficient diet, deficient in sweet fruits. She's a frugivore. She's not meeting her basic physiological needs, so she's then going for the coffee, a lot of coffee. And as far as I know, she's been drinking coffee for a long time. She used to be against it. She's written a book where she spoke out against it in videos and everything like that. But now she has lowered her standards considerably, and now she's just having the drugs again instead of actually getting real food. She clearly needs more real nutrition. I mean, you can see that, right? It's very, very obvious. And she's having these caffeine mints, which are full of artificial sweetener. So then the brain is tricked temporarily until the small intestine's like, well, no, send a message back to the brain like, hey, we didn't get actual sugar. Go and get some real sugar. And then now she's going for she's just binging out basically on the like ice cream and the sweet junk food rather than the sweet fruits. And unfortunately, her children have to be involved in this as well and eat a similar diet instead of like a fruit-based diet because they're frugivores and that's what they should be having. But yeah, so it's quite sad. It's quite sad. I didn't realize it was this bad. I didn't realize her diet was actually this bad. You know, when you're going to critique other people, you want to have an impeccable diet, and hers simply is not. Highly processed, high protein, junk food diet, you know, propped up on drugs. So yeah, it's a shocker, but we're going to be doing more reaction. Okay, so that's my video for today. Let Swayze know I did a video for her, and we will be doing more of these reviews of her diet. That is for sure. And all right, don't forget to please go fruit yourself today. Just go fruit yourself today. Don't depend on drugs to get through your day. All right. See you soon.